Alrighty, ladies and gents, in this video, I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Charles George, who in the last few weeks has written an annuity, multiple IULs, and multiple other whole life insurance policies on just $1,000 in lead spend. He's using the AAM lead system. So I want to kind of break down so I want to kind of break down what his results has been. So I want to kind of break down what his results have been and get his feedback in terms of what he's seeing working. So Charles, welcome to the channel. I'm excited to have you on
Thank you.
here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So if you can kind of just talk the people through what have you sold over the last few weeks? Because your pipeline's pretty crazy, but also like the people that you've actually closed are there's some pretty big policies in there.
Oh yeah. Well, the first one is almost right out of the box. I got in on the final expense leads, and I was talking to a gentleman, and all of a sudden, I'm realizing that he's not really needing final expense. So I ended up doing a full fact finder on him. And once
Mm-hmm.
I got the fact finder down, we found that he needed a bunch of other stuff, including an annuity transfer, to get him out of some tax liability that he was about to get into.
Mm-hmm.
That was right out of the box. Then that gave me enough gumption to go through and kind of pull the trigger on another idea of going into the IUL leads from the final expense leads. So after a little brief time of that, I was still working the final expense leads. And then I had another guy come in on the final expense lead that's still working them. He came in and needed a life insurance policy, and I wrote one on him, and I hardly even had contact with him. I went through a company I use that can do everything online, and he does pretty much does it all himself. And boom, here he comes in my pipeline and doing a sale. And I talked to him via text message almost. Then whenever my IULs started kicking in and the ads started running for my IULs, I was like 3 appointments in. I got 4 apps possibility coming in. I did 2 single call closes on apps. I still had them pulled up on the phone. I was running the illustration for an IUL, turned around, boom, I had to do a Zoom call with them so I could show them the illustration right there and then. And we ended up taking a nap. I mean, it was a 90-minute phone call, but they were interested in it. I kept them engaged, and they were ready to go.
Dang.
And this is all within still the first week of starting the program.
That's insane. That's probably one of the craziest starts that I've seen. So I was looking at your numbers before we started recording. You've spent $997 on leads so far. From that $997, you've written $17,836 in life insurance premium, right? And
Yep.
then on top of that, you have the 156K annuity rollover.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, it's like on one of my posts, I said this is a IUL mania.
Yeah. IUL
Yeah,
and annuity gold rush, right?
yeah, definitely. I
And
was
then
not expecting this whenever I got in this. I was like, I was just going to check out the marketing program and see what it was going to do. And holy cow, did I not expect this? I mean, my calendar is full, and I can't even. I've had people actually, whenever the ads run, it shows my phone number up at the top. I've actually
uh-huh.
had people calling that and going to my webpage, and not just my Facebook page, going to my webpage when they see my name up there, Googling it, and they're calling me from my webpage because they can't get in on my calendar.
Because your calendar's so full.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That
they're
is
calling me personally
crazy.
and saying, "Hey, listen, I got this IUL that I don't think was set up right. Uh, what can we do about it?" And I'm sitting here trying while I'm driving down my truck, trying to figure out the ladies. I got to pull over up here so I can text this lady back. I mean, this is getting nuts.
Have you had anybody email you their current illustration yet?
Yes,
Yeah,
out
you've
of
had
the
a couple of
blue,
those,
out of the blue. Yeah, I told them that you shouldn't do that. Wait till you get my secure link. Don't be mailing me
right?
stuff that have volatile information in it.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I think it's one of those things where there's just like there's so many IULs being sold right now, and there's a lot of people that don't really know what they're doing, and so there's just so much like opportunity there of people that like they know that something was kind of done wrong, and they're looking for like an expert like yourself to jump in there and help them fix it.
yeah, I mean, I even had somebody take pictures of their statement and send it to me on Messenger.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it
And it's
sounds
like,
about right.
don't do this, please. Don't do this.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it to anyone, send it to me, but don't do that at all.
Yeah, like I said, it's crazy, and they're just trying to get it out. I mean, some of these extremely this well, the one woman that sent it to me on Messenger, she has an extremely high death benefit on it,
Mm-hmm.
and she's wondering why she's not saving any money. And I'm like, that's because you're spending all the money on the insurance and not being able to build any cash value. We need to call the insurance company and bring down your death benefit.
Yeah.
Luckily
Right.
for
Yeah,
her,
exactly.
whenever luckily for her, I was able to intervene on this and get her to do that. And now I have her. I didn't mean to actually steal it from another client because I mean another agent, but I mean she would rather deal with me than him because she thinks that he didn't do her justice, and
Yeah.
now she can't get a hold of him.
He's probably out of
So
business.
yeah, probably. Um, but I mean the policy was only like a year and a half old,
Mm.
so it comes down to the fact that listen, you got to do the customer service on the back end side of it. Now I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
get the commissions off of helping her out on this and decreasing the doing all the customer service on that end. But if the point of she had two daughters who need policies, and her husband is going to be retiring soon, so he's going to be needing a rollover for from his company IRA.
Mm-hmm.
And
The
so
long game.
I'm like, is customer service. This freebie that I'm doing for customer service on this end is going to get me a score 3 or 4 policies later.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, let's do it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have you been having to like make a bunch of phone calls to get these people, or like what is that looking like?
With the final expense, I was making calls. I
Mm-hmm.
was pretty much calling them as they came in.
Yep.
With the IULs, to be honest, I really haven't had time to call them.
Mm-hmm.
They're populating on my calendar. I mean, the people are booking themselves on my calendar, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I made 2 calls yesterday, and both of those were um, to the 2 IULs that I sold. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they booked themselves on the calendar. I had 5 text messages come in of people wanting to get on my calendar, and my website has a chat box on it, a chat bot, and I had to go through the chat bot to tell these other people, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I just really do not have space on my calendar.
You need to start hiring agents. That's that's the next step.
Well, I did. I gave actually I have 2 downlines, and I gave one of them to my downline, and I know that they're probably going to write a policy on it.
That's
So
insane.
I mean I don't know exactly what the algorithm is for whatever going on, but this is the people's out there that need this to be taken care of. I mean, I can't remember. I think it might have been one of your webinars that you did, or one of the Zoom calls that we did on the coaching side of this. You got a straw inside of an ocean, like yeah, you're taking a
Yeah.
drink, and this is what it's like. I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
I just got hit with a 6-inch pipe coming in at me with water. I mean,
Yeah.
it is totally nuts. Gotta just take it whenever I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And can you kind of talk through like what does your pipeline look like? Because those are obviously the people that you close. Do you have anyone else that's in like the pipeline or any
Um,
interesting
I
deals or
have.
scenarios?
I was actually just looking at that this morning because ended up um, a couple of the ones have already kind of rescheduled. They didn't cancel; they just rescheduled. So I'm going to have maybe about 15 to 20 minutes earlier
Hmm.
going through this. But and I got the weekend that I normally do my calling as well. But I have 49 final expense leads still left in my funnel,
Yep.
and on then I have 61 total. But out of that 49 of them is there. The rest of the 61, I think 7 of them already have booked appointments on my
Hmm.
calendar, and then the other ones I haven't really been able to put them on the calendar so much, but they're in my follow-up situation where they want to talk to me and get on my calendar. They just haven't been able to because my
Hmm.
calendar isn't open due to some personal issues I'm going to have coming up next week. But it's still it's nuts.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Now real quick, because some people ask this, are you an AI or did I pay you to jump on here and say this?
No, I'm not an AI. I can do this right here and all the other little things that go. I am not definitely AI.
Okay, good. And I didn't pay you to jump on Zoom, and you're not like an actor from Fiverr or something. Because some people
No,
think that every video is like faked or whatever. I don't know why, but maybe I guess some people do that.
no. If you want, go look for my face. Go look for Santa Claus on the Facebook. You'll probably end up seeing me on there. Uh,
Yeah.
as
There's a
a,
there's a
I
guy
mean,
that looks like you, but he's not you.
well, if you go to my website, you can see me and my team that do all this stuff, especially whenever you're in the higher end markets. You
Yeah.
really got to have a team. I have a 65 guy who is a fiduciary who handles all my big high end cases, like the annuity
Hmm.
that came in. I mean, I discovered it, but we ended up having to do it because there was other money there that I couldn't touch because I'm not a Series 65.
Mm.
My partner in this business, he is a Series 65. So I was letting him take care of some of that money that's coming in, because that's actually more money that's coming in for us that is not able to be charted or anything else. And because it's
Hmm.
the different um, regulations that the SEC has and compliance issues, he has to take care of that. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Having like some people on your team that can do different things is huge. Like, someone that can do trusts, because a lot of times people need these different things. Like if you can kind of get your in with the insurance, there's so many other things that these people need. We're just retirement specialists. And this is like the
Oh yeah,
end. So
oh yeah.
yeah.
Whenever you start talking in the high end or the upper level markets like this, you have AUM, which is the AUMs are the
Assets under management.
I'm still. I just got through talking to a friend of mine. We both graduated from Auburn University in Montgomery.
Uh-huh.
AUM there, but wrong AUM.
Yeah.
Assets under management is the
Yeah,
AUM
yeah.
I'm thinking of now. But anyway, the when you start talking about that, and you start talking into millions of dollars because you have all these little clients. I mean, even I treat the little clients, and it always goes with good customer service. You treat $1 million client the same as you treat a client who has about $10,000.
Yeah.
You treat them both, they end up being $1 million clients.
Yeah.
One starts out that way, the other one will get that way. You
Yeah.
start treating them right because they start seeing what you can do. They will refer you people, and then that's the lifeline of the business, and you got them there.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. If you're not getting referrals, you're definitely doing something wrong because so many people need our help and know they need our help too. So,
Oh yeah.
um, so what would your advice be to somebody that's watching this that's maybe considering working with AAM but they're on the fence?
Pull the trigger. It's excuse me.
You're getting probably a text from a lead.
Yeah, I am. Uh, it's because I have no idea who that person is,
They
and I
just
got
texted you
four.
their entire financial statement. They're like, Charles, can you fix this for me?
1 second, I'll tell you. I got 5 things that just came in from Lead Connector, and they're matching the same names of the people that are trying to call me.
There you go. It's not a bad spot to be in. I guess I don't even know if you need to finish what you just said because I think you kind of just proved it right there.
Yeah, but no, just pull the trigger. I started it, the total honesty on all of it. I actually started in your DIY program.
Hmm.
Um, and then Chad got a hold of me while I was in the DIY program because, to be honest, I had just gotten burned really badly by some other
Hmm.
marketing company, and so I was like, I'm going to try them. I got to have some marketing. This is crazy if I don't have marketing.
Hmm.
So I literally was scraping money up together to get into the DIY program, and it's like, okay, we can do this. Then I actually had one of well, another policy that I'd been working on for like a year and a half, annuity come through. So like, okay, well, I got the money now. Let me go ahead and do it. So I went from the DIY program to the fixed index annuity or fixed um, final expense program that you have that you do it all instead of me doing it all from the DIY.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little bit of a break, and they were doing pretty good. And that's when I found the that one that didn't. Whenever compared to life insurance takes about anywhere between 15 to 30 days to issue. And once they issue, then you have to wait for their roll around for you to get the commission off of that. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be upward to a month, month and a half before you get any commission check off of annuity you sold back then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know if people know that normally. But on top of that, the annuities, whenever you sell an annuity, once that money is transferred with the companies I work with, you're pretty much getting that money within the same week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they pay out. I mean, the two, three of the companies that I work with um, will pay you pretty much the next day that they get the money transferred into them. So
Yeah, it
you get
also
a
doesn't
pretty good,
charge back.
yeah, yeah. They, well, I mean, you still have to worry about chargebacks in the first 30 days
Yeah.
on annuities. In some of the states that I represent, you got a 30-day look back.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are a 10-day. Most states are a 10-day look back, or not look back, but a 10-day
Like
open
grace
period where
period
they,
or like a
yeah, where they
rescission period. Yeah.
it's a period to examine the contract that you get and see what you like. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't like it, you can either get it amended, and which starts the period over again, or you can cancel it totally and then get your money back rolled back to the company that you took it out of.
Yep.
Um, but 99.9%, if you've done your customer service right up front, you don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so those policies with the annuity it issued pretty quickly. So that just gave me the gumption. I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm looking on some of our calls at some of these people that are coaching calls. And I'm like, why don't I just go ahead and pull the trigger? I mean, let me see what the full force of this can be. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger and jumped into the IUL program. And now I'm at a crazy point of not really not wanting to turn people away, but I'm actually, to a certain degree, I'm having to give them to somebody else because I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, then I have another issue of my goof up of putting down the wrong state. I actually I don't know if you've heard about that one or not. I put down VI instead of VA whenever I was typing in the thing, so I got Virgin Islands instead of Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I got 5 people calling me from the Virgin Islands. Now, a couple of them I can help because they're wanting to insure somebody that's in the continental United States. But
Uh-huh.
a lot of people don't know they can't really get a lot of insurance in the Virgin Islands. Companies don't write in the Virgin Islands.
That's crazy.
So you have to. I'm working on some of them where as soon as they come back to Florida, I can write them whenever they're standing on soil in the United States or in they're part in the United States, but I mean in the continental United States when they sit here and stand here in Florida when they come back to visit family and friends, I can sit there and write them. But if they're
So
actually in
you,
the Virgin Islands, you can't do it.
so for people that don't have context, what you're basically saying, correct me if I'm wrong, is when you filled out the list of the states you wanted us to run ads in, you accidentally put Virgin Islands instead of Virginia. But now
Yeah,
you're getting people in the Virgin Islands that want to like buy insurance from you. Wasn't there like $1 million annuity opportunity from the Virgin
yeah.
Islands or something?
Yeah, I have to wait for him to actually come back to the United States to visit his daughter.
Uh-huh.
It's a $2 million. He owns a company down in the Virgin Islands. Um,
That's
he
crazy.
he he has a dive company down there. He's got a $2 million IRA that he needs the tax protection on
Mm-hmm.
because he's moving back to the United States, but he wants to keep his money because the Virgin Islands being a territory, they don't have state income tax, and a lot of your proceeds are restricted.
Mm-hmm.
So even though they pay the federal income tax, they don't have what a lot of people in the United States, they're kind of like Florida, where they don't have a state tax.
Mm-hmm.
They have just the local taxes that go on in the state, the sales tax and that, but they don't have an income tax. And he's going to be moving back to a state that has an income tax. So he wants to put it into a Roth so that he doesn't have to worry about the tax liability on it. He also doesn't have to worry about getting it to his kids, because that 10-year period where they have to pay the taxes at if something happens to him. That's all in the big thing of it. So I have to wait for him to
So,
get back in the United States to do it.
so on an accidental state misspelling, you found a $2 million annuity.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
like I said, it's been a ride, and it's been a ride. I've been just basically, you grab hold of the leash and you just hold on. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm riding a Bronco, but
What's wild to me is you've only spent $1,000 on leads. I don't know what your goals are, but if I'm you, I'm ramping that thing up and I'm getting more agents to come work this thing.
I I've already been talking to a couple, and I interview one actually this afternoon. So, because
Oh
I
yeah.
can't do all of this, so you're probably gonna have another client soon.
Hey, there we
Is there?
go. There we go. Hey, if you need help with recruiting people too, we can also help you with that. It's a pretty easy proposition to recruit people when your pipeline is busting at the seams.
Yeah, definitely.
Killer.
But
Awesome. Well, Charles, I really appreciate your time. I know, your schedule is obviously very busy with people who want to pay you money. So I appreciate you jumping on here to do this interview. Um, so yeah, if the people want to reach out to you and ask you any questions, are you comfortable with them doing that? And if so, where can they reach out to you?
uh, either text me or call me. The best place is just go and hit my chat box up, or um, go look on my website. It's my name with group after the end of it.com, and charlesgeorgegroup.com, and you can get a hold of me either through my chat bot or through the whatever means is on the website. That's the best way to get a hold of me. A lot of other people have, because they see my face and stuff on there, and then they come find me.
There we go. And are you actively recruiting agents and hiring agents?
Um, right now, yes. I mean, I'm looking at a spot for like one or two right now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
interviewing one today that I'm pretty sure is going to make it.
Got
Um,
it.
but probably looking at another one. I have uh, about five or six
Okay.
applicate.
And if people want to learn more about maybe applying, they just go to that chat box, right?
Yep,
Awesome.
yep.
Perfect.
Just find out my chat box.
Sounds good. Well, I appreciate your time, Charles, and look forward to seeing you crush it more in the group.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.